What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone for a daily news video, a late one. Apologize because I had stuff to do, but it's out. It will be out on the day itself. Not much news to really go over. There's one topic, as you can see on the thumbnail. So I'm not going to make it extremely long. We'll touch on the Milan game, but I will do a preview that will drop tomorrow as well. Also pre-recorded, so keep in mind if you're watching that preview with injuries or what Allegri says in the presser, I couldn't anticipate that. But as you can see on the thumbnail, Iling-Junior, that's the main topic of the video. Before we get into it, please like the video. I see a lot of people are starting to do that, so thanks, because it helps the channel out massively. So if you just hit the like now, it helps out extremely. So thanks for everybody doing that, and let's get into the daily news video. Okay, so let's start off, before I go to Junior, really quickly, because I will do it on the preview. The good news is Chiesa is back in training. With good news, I mean we didn't know what he had. You know, it was kind of a mystery. Is he injured? No injury showing. He's having pain. What is it? The good news, he's in the squad. Will he play a part of the Milan game? It seems extremely unlikely if he just returns in group training on Thursday and the game is on Sunday. Knowing this club, whatever, knowing the player situation, it feels like that's just not going to happen. But we need to take that as a positive as of now, because he hasn't been in group training, for a while, and he's back in group training. So you need to take that with you. Also, Vlahovic, it seems like he fully recovered and he will probably start that game. So that's the good news. Building up to that Milan game, the bad news, Danilo is not there, obviously. The Pogba, the Fagioli situation, whatever. But that's just what it is now, I guess. You just need to accept it, which is weird, strange, but we cannot do anything about it now. So that's that, basically. That's what it is. The news of the day is Iling-Junior. That, I think Romeo was saying that, that he could leave. He could leave. No, it's Daniele Longo as well, saying in January he's last in the packing order, which is madness, because at the start of the season we thought, he's not last. He was coming on. Kostic was staying on the bench because we were trying to ship out Kostic. So that's what makes this story extremely strange and weird. He's just not playing. He's not featuring. He's warming up. At times, I don't know which game he was. He was on the sidelines, kit on, everything ready to come on, and he never came on. So it's not the ideal situation for us, for him. I'm baffled. I have no idea how he's not getting minutes. If you look at the performances of Kostic and even Cambiasso the last couple of games, you're like, me personally, I'm sitting there and I'm like, how are you not getting into that squad? Like, how are you not getting game time? Because that's kind of ridiculous, because Kostic has playing extremely poor. I'm not gonna say he's good because he had an assist from a corner. Like, that's not what I'm gonna do. Cambiasso's not playing well. Factoring in Chiesa wasn't there, so I think Cambiasso's, how do you want to say that, attacking impulses will look completely different. But I have no idea how Junior is not getting minutes in this squad. I'm shocked. I'm baffled. I'm so confused. But that's what it is, I guess, now. And the club is trying to sell for 50 million euros. That's what they're going to do. You might say that's low. His contract is running out. I think he has like 25. So if you're not going to do that, he's a free agent. The next, like, the value is going down based on the contract and based on the fact that he's not playing. So all those things factored in, it's not a good situation for him, obviously, because he's not developing. For us, some might say, oh, what do you know? You don't see him in training, whatever. But I see the others performing or not performing up to what it should be. And I'm like, how is this kid not getting any minutes? I will be extremely disappointed, because, again, he can turn out to be a mediocre player or just a good average player, a mid-table player. Fine, but that's in the future. We don't know. I'm just extremely frustrated that we're not seeing more from him, and we cannot see what he can actually offer. Also, when he plays as a wing back, you remember Sevilla, he was playing left back against Sevilla, basically. Like, it was sad to see. So that's all in my mind, where I'm like, I've not seen enough, and even when I've seen it, it's very limited. And the moments he kind of gets unleashed because we're chasing a game, he has an impact. So I found it extremely strange, extremely disappointed that it's going to into this direction. Because is Kostic a long-term future of the club? No, no at all. Cambiaso should be same for Junior. So I think it's an extremely weird situation. In the 3-5-2, I get he's not going to flourish, but I think you need to build your team not to, like I've said so many times, build it for players that shouldn't be at the club or not going to be at the club very long. That's not the way to go. So I'm extremely confused about the Junior situation now. But it is what it is. I guess like 50 million, is that a lot? No, it's actually extremely low in terms of like, oh, you're gonna get 50 million, now we can do this, this, and this. No, you cannot even do that basically unless you sign another way out, basically. But I've said it, the diminished time of playing, him not featuring, and then contract talks. I was like, I don't get the contract talks. Why would he sign a new deal? Because he's not playing, he's not developing. So it's not smart for him to sign that new deal. But that's which direction we're going in. Who's going to make that offer? Maybe Bologna. They're looking for him. I don't know. An English team, maybe I have no idea. But I'm extremely disappointed that he's not featuring enough. It feels like we have not seen like 20. We've seen 25% of what he can offer. And again, the 100% at the end of the day cannot be good enough in general, long term. We don't know, but it's just like, I'm waiting to see it. Like, let me see. Like, let me see if I'm wrong or whatever. We're not being able to see that. When you see players like Kostic and you know what Kostic offers, and you're like, we've seen it now. Like, try something different. Is it really that impossible? And same goes for other players in the team, by the way. But that's the direction we're going in now. That's the direction we're going in. And is it a good direction? Like, it's like, no. Like, I prefer a different direction. Fine. I get that not every youngster we have is gonna make it. Is gonna stay at the team. Is gonna be a top player. I fully get that. But the fact that we've not seen this from him, we've not seen, like, is he gonna make it? Is he gonna be good enough? We've not seen it. That's what frustrates me the most at this moment in time. But let's see, it's still a couple of months ago. Things can change. Injuries, I don't know. Like, I'm not wishing injuries on players, by the way, but things can change. But let me know in the comments what you think. Would you sell? Would you play him? Do you think, like, no, he's not good enough, just move on? Let me know. Like, subscribe, and I will be back tomorrow with a pre-recorded preview and then with a match reaction on Sunday. Thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Ciao.